Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Farming Simulator 19. We're going to be playing on the same map we played on last time, as I get one more little mic adjustment. So, last episode we surpassed 70 hours of gameplay, which is a personal achievement of mine. So, kind of excited about that. Now, we have the Optum just sitting there, the 380 Optum, and I don't really have anything else for it to do, so it's just going to kind of sit there. I think we were going to fertilize field 42, because there's the Steger empty, nothing on it. We sold the planter because we got the 3 fields done, so I'm going to park. I'm going to run into the fence first, and then I'm going to park right here and head up and do a little bit of fertilizing with the 6250. And we'll unfold it first, and then get going to work. That will be the 3rd layer, I believe, on this field. I think I've done 2 before, or it still had a level of fertilizer from last harvest that stayed on the ground. But now that we're out of the field, I say let's go check that. It'll load the map up, and we'll go over to soil composition. We don't care about the weeds, the plowing, or the lime, because we've already done that. And actually, this field's going to need one more. So is the combination of fields 30 through 32. That might be one where we go in with base level crops and do another layer during the summertime. Try to strike some realism in the game. Or at least we'll do it another day to let that fertilizer sink in. And while we're at it, since I know we're going to be keeping this a little bit longer, I don't feel bad about at least trying to get that other bag of fertilizer in the fertilizer spreader. And there wasn't very much in it. I don't know if we have any more fertilizer, if you guys are finally going to get to see my forklift skills. I've been dreading this day, but that might be what happens, since I can't really think. I mean, we got the soybeans planted in time, so now we just got to wait to harvest them and just overall take care of them. The temperature is going to stay up. Even the minimum temperature isn't going to get low enough to frostbite them, and it shouldn't get high enough to have a drought. I think it'll be fine. It's going to be a couple of windy days, if you can see it there. But I also believe that that is meters a second. So it's not in miles per hour wind. So I can't really tell you if that's good or bad. Here's what we want to look at, though, the economy for soybeans. So you can see the economy slowly getting better. And by about the 3rd day of summer in game, we will have top prices for soybeans. So that's my plan, is to deliver them. But I also have a feeling we might not be able to get all of the soybeans moved in one day. So a thought I just had now is that 2nd day of summer in game to start going a little bit with selling the soybeans, just so that we can get a little bit out, get the system down, know where the highest seller is, and just kind of get the soybeans finished up. Now, another thing I was thinking about is doing chickens and getting eggs, because the egg market is decent. It's actually relatively high, which is good. It's better than wool, at least by the numbers. So my next question is, though, as we go down to animals, the cows are first, then I don't know, but somewhere I'll find the prices of the chickens. In fact, I think if we go over to the chicken coop that we actually have, we also have a cow pasture area over there, but right here we actually have food in there for the chickens, and of course I pressed the wrong button, but it's going to save our game for us. Perks of setting autosave: I don't lose any of my stuff if I have about 15 minutes of lost data, which is a lot less to recover than 3 hours of playing. As you can see, the Lone Oak Farm, I already have the wheat barley in the pen, so food wouldn't be as big of a deal. And the nice thing is, I did this subconsciously. I planted wheat in that one field for the straw to kind of have a byproduct, but also not realizing that we can take a little bit of that wheat and use it to feed the chickens that we have. So let's go find where we can maybe take a look at prices. Alright, open the animal dialogue, and you can see the prices anywhere from $1 to $18. Roosters used for reproduction and will work to fertilize eggs to produce more chickens, but we don't need a rooster to produce eggs. So if we're purely in it to produce eggs, a rooster is not necessary. So spending the $18, which is like 3 times or almost 3 times the highest other chicken. I don't know my chicken terminology that well. That is where I happen to fail. But these are a hybrid, so it kind of gives you an information description on the bottom to use. They're good for both eggs and meat, which means when we sell them, they should have slightly higher than $8 price. This is extremely fast growing, but it is the meat. It does require a lot of feed, which as soon as we get our wheat harvest, we'll have plenty of wheat, I have no doubt. But the white leghorn is kind of what I'm looking at for eggs, because I really kind of want to get that egg market down and figure out where you sell eggs in this map, because I've done the seasons with the chickens and the eggs in one other map, but I haven't really tried it in this map, so I want to discover that with you as well. So my guess is we'll get the white leghorns, and the nice thing is I have a mod where you can buy a big bag of wheat. So it's 1,000 liters of wheat for $1,500. It even says on there premium chicken feed. You can buy horse feed, pig food. I mean, they really give you extra options. So and then of course road salt is a mod in these other bags. But if we run out of wheat to feed the chickens, there's always options to buy more wheat. It might not be as efficient as planting your own and just keeping some of it, but we'll see. I think what we're going to do first, though, is we're going to buy, I would say 20 would be the magic number for these white leghorns, so about $120. Plus, they're going to charge a fee since I didn't actually go in an animal trailer, pick them up, and bring them back, which I guess we will deal with when we come to it. But hopefully these can go up in price and we can sell them back for a little bit more, since we have been feeding them and taking care of them, and they are getting older. So we're going to go until I see the magic close to 120. It should be a little over 120. And I think we're going to do that. If we need to buy 1 or 2 more, we'll be fine. But now if we go check it, we have 18. Okay, well, we're going to buy 2 more. And, alright. So if we check this now, they are clean. Estimated food required is, like I said, it's only 1785 liters a year, so that means 2 of those big bags a year if we wanted to buy it, so that's $3,000 of feed a year. And compared to what I'm going to make when I bring in the soybeans and keep the farm going, I'm not super concerned about it. What I am concerned about is why the numbers start at 19 and go to, oh boy, keep going down, go to 38. Maybe it's because I did have chickens earlier, and so in the numbering system for the game it just kind of went up. But they're at 80% health, which once they start eating the food, it'll be better. We're not going to produce any more just because it takes a long time. But their starting weight is 4.7 pounds. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go on my phone here. I'm going to open up a notes page so we can kind of keep some of these notes on the animals, and hopefully that makes it more real. I'm going to title it Chickens. I'm going to put a little chicken emoji thing behind it. So they're starting out at 4.7 pounds, 80% health. And then they're 0.4 years old, so they're mature. So hopefully they don't die on us. I'll do YO for years old. So they're mature. So we have that down on my phone. So we're going to keep track of that. And we're going to see if they gain weight from eating the food. Hopefully they don't get overweight. And we'll go from there. So these were the white leghorn. And I guess the economy, you can sell them for a little bit higher. I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. What we are mainly worried about is the eggs. And so as soon as they produce them, all you have to do is you have to pick them up. They'll probably spawn right about here, right by the door, and they just go in a pallet, a small pallet you can pick up by hand, and you just put it in the back of a pickup truck, which we have plenty of those. Or if I wanted to put them in the back of the, well, what do I have that, some people call it a mule, or technically it's called, as soon as I hop in it, I'll know what it's called, the Mahindra Retriever. I don't know why I've always called it Miranda, but the Mahindra Retriever. It's kind of like a golf cart-ish. So I think what we're going to do is, now that we're at a stopping point, except for the John Deere, we're going to take these case tractors, go wash them up real nice, and then park them in their case shed, and we'll try to just kind of clean up the farm as much as we can, get it looking nice, at least provide some content now. But there's another sprayer that I must have bought that I guess we didn't end up using, so you know what, I'm gonna go sell that one because honestly we don't need it, and we are kind of organizing the farm, so we're gonna get a little bit of money out of that, about $67,000. That's gonna be a nice extra buffer room that we might otherwise not have. So we're gonna take this over to the case holding pen, if you want to call it that. And the order I have the John Deere in is left to right, smallest to biggest. This is the smaller of the case, of the 3 case tractors that I have. So we're going to turn that off, and we're going to shut its garage door. And we're going to do a little sprinting, because exercise is amazing for people. And we have the 380 CVX, the Optum with the tracks. That's going to be our next biggest tractor. And so we're going to clean that one up next. Plus, it's probably the least dirtiest, because I honestly don't know what it's done so far, which probably means it hasn't done a lot. And then we'll get the Steiger out. case has the quad track, the Magnum, and the Optum, I think is what it is. We have the Optum. So I think I said them all. I just probably put the Magnum below the Optum, which it's not. So at least we're correct. So the case tractor's all washed up, ready to go. Our combine is just going to sit in there. We're going to wait till it's closer to fall to tune that up. And our semi, it's going to be ready. So we're going to have a couple open garage spots. This is the 62? Yeah, the 6250. So that's going to just kind of sit there. It belongs in that second garage door. But we're going to check these other John Deeres. This small one, I know we just got the 6155. I just got it. There's a little dirt on the tires. It did a little bit of snow work, not a whole lot. I also think this is the one that, if we go to the shop and we go look at its definition, I believe the 6155 can attach a front loader, so can the 6250. So we might use that. There's a little bit of seed that fell. You might be able to see there's like a pile of seed over there. But we don't have a container for that, so I really don't know what to do with it, because I have not figured out how to load it up into a seed tender or anything yet. The JCB is going to sit over here. We might move this pallet of, is that the herbicide? No, that's herbicide. That's liquid fertilizer. So this pallet out here is going to be liquid fertilizer again. So hey, after all, you get to see me use a pallet fork, which might be the most atrocious sight you've ever seen. So I think we're going to close up this big area, which used to be the area I stored everything until I got these add-on sheds. And they just kind of look a little bit better for the tractors. They can kind of come in. And when you go into the shop to purchase them, the sheds, they come in a 3, 4, 5, or 6 door setup. So one is a 4, and actually 2 of them are 4 doors, and one's a 3. The John Deere is a 4, and the case is a 3. Just because I didn't buy that extra case tractor. Besides that retriever sitting over there, we have a pickup over here that I think is fairly good, at least service wise. In the bar in the bottom right, the service bar with the wrench is looking up there. It's a little dirty, but we'll leave it like that. I like a dirty pickup. It will pull around the Thunder Creek equipment. The Thunder, this is a fuel truck, and if you watch the Minnesota Millennial Farmer, you will understand that Thunder reference. He has one of those, so when his map comes out, I'm sure that's going to be either added on there, or I am for sure going to put that on there as a mod. Here's our chickens, and actually our eggs are going to show up over here, so you can see we got our first box of eggs. But when we go to it, we only have one egg. So we have an egg, a single egg, but it's the thought that counts. Now we're going to see what happens if we just do... Oh, we're only going to be able to unload here. Well, what's the next plan? Well, I got it. Let's go. This is going to be a little waste of money, but it's okay. It's for the good of the cause. Lease that real quick. You might be wondering, why am I doing that? Well, I have a feeling that I will be able to dump that seed out of the back of my machine, and so we're going to get... triangle. And we had about 5 bags of seed worth on the ground right there, and that's gonna, let me tell you, that's gonna help for next planting season if we had that much seed on the ground. And so this guy's job is done. I'm not gonna worry about that other pile right now. It seems beyond me. So we can we'll take this guy back over. I don't know what was going on graphically in that shed. I will tell you, there are some graphic heavy things in this game that I've run into even with a PS4, such as the rear view mirrors if you look at them. But see, now it's all fine. Without a super powerful computer with all your settings turned up on the, like I said, desktop version of it, it's going to be hard to get a super quality. But I mean, for not having a computer that runs it and to just be able to play it on my PS4, I am pleased that it is able to, and I kind of like the controller aspect of it. Makes it a little bit easier to steer, and it doesn't make it so choppy like the pressing A and D does all the time. We're going to park it over the right side so I can actually get out, not in the wall. Shut those doors. That guy's good. Well, the next thing I'd say we should do, because I don't quite feel like calling it a video, even though I know it's probably going to be a long one, we can hop over to the contracts and see who needs help. A lot of farmers are saying, cultivate! So we just have to go and find a field that we like. My guess is if they have field 40 up to cultivate, I'm going to go do that one, because it looks pretty easy. So we just got to find field 40, and my guess is it's going to be one of the, oh, it's right there to cultivate. We're going to borrow the items, and we're going to go hop into the leased vehicles, which they're going to give us a New Holland T9 565 and a pretty big disc, or cultivator, whatever you choose to call it. That's the nice thing about these contracts now, is that you can lease the equipment, so even if you don't have it, you can gain it, use it, and it's kind of like a test demo that you get paid to do. So we're going to go get paid to cultivate a field right by ours. Alright, well, during that time lapse, you might see a little tractor hitting the pole action. But yeah, we're going to go cultivate this field. And so y'all might be blessed with a little bit of, oops, I hit the pole. And actually, we're going to cheat this one a little bit. I'm going to hire out a worker since we have the cash. It might allow me to get some better shots of cultivating this field, so I'm going to do a little work on getting, after we save the content, of course, I'm going to do a little bit of work on getting that off, so hopefully it kind of gives you a better view of it. You can see the speed and everything if you want, and we'll just kind of let this roll for a little bit, and I will tune back in with you very soon. if the worker's done, and I believe he is, we are going to hit that options menu and go over to the contract, see if he's done. And then we'll just hit collect. Right there, we will collect it for a total of $3,821. But yeah, we didn't progress in days as much in this episode, but we got a little bit of work done. The problem is it takes time, which is why I feel like live streams would be better suited for this. But you know, I have a feeling these could be upwards of an hour-long videos, which I know it's hard to hold attention for that long. So we'll see. I'm just kind of sprinting back to my farm. And we'll probably go. The signature sign-off, I believe, is going to be from the back patio of the house. I want to see if I can wiggle. Instead of hopping over a fence, I want to go through this door without running into it. And see if there is a way to get back there from back here. Boom! I found a back door. Open. Hey, we're on the patio. Alright, so I signed off from like somewhere over here yesterday. And maybe we'll do like this view, because that looks cool. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this episode. Farming Simulator 2019 on the map, Lone Oak Farm 19. I appreciate the view. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot more episodes. Farming Simulator 19 is by far my favorite game. It's one of my favorite games through the versions. I got the premium or platinum edition of Farm Sim 17, and I've played all the way since Farm Sim 13, which was like one of the first ones. So it's certainly a game that's near and dear to my heart that I really love to play, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. Other than that, stay tuned for more content on this YouTube channel, especially with all the free time I have. It should not be a problem, but for now, my name is Nzone Gaming. Again, thanks for watching. Peace out.